Anyway, we are now recording. Welcome to another recording, I guess? Question mark. I'm just gonna be
Yeah,
yapping about this thing that we've accidentally stumbled upon. So, I don't know. So I'm just gonna give y'all a quick rundown of what I experienced at the start of this. I was watching Wendigoon, as one does, and I was watching the Ready or Not video specifically, and I got an ad for like healthcare or whatever, and then I got an ad for it took me aback because it was like grainy VHS type stuff, and seeing some of the liminal spaces, my mind immediately jumped to: is this a Kane Pixels thing? Is the Backrooms movie finally coming out? And no, I don't think that is the case, but we haven't completely ruled that out. Anyway, it said some really cryptic things like something is coming and stuff about moving humanity forward, and it said something about snow, I think. And then there was like disturbing audio in the background. A guy was talking, and then it showed like the Enron with enrononline.com at the very bottom. So I took my phone out to record the last half of the ad, because that's kind of my fight or flight response. Instead, I take out my phone and I start recording. That's what I do. Anyway, so that happened. And I went to the website because I was immediately intrigued. It redirected to this brewery in Texas.
Houston specific.
Houston, yeah. Which, doing some digging, uh, it it could be some sort of ARG slash art thing that they're setting up. Because they're doing a block party with Meow Wolf, collaborating with Meow Wolf. Which, if y'all don't know who Meow Wolf is, that's the studio behind Omega Mart and the House of Eternal Return, which I've both heavily researched in the past and know a lot of like their theming, and the grainy VHS stuff is some of it, but also including like weird abstract stuff, much like the egg that we saw, uh, and the Enron page, which I will pull up right now. Hold on. Anboing, what about you?
Okay, so what I did was after you told me about this, we both started researching. I managed to get the ad on my TV. From what I can tell, there's stuff about Enron. There were coordinates on there. I think you forgot to mention that.
Yeah, I forgot to mention the
Um,
coordinates.
and whenever I read what it saw about something before snow comes, I think that's kind of like, in my opinion, I think that means that we gotta solve this before the winter season, before December, which would coincide in this whole Enron thing because Enron was an electrical company that got shut down in 2001, December 2001, I'm pretty sure, because of a bunch of fraud happening there. And, recently they've been making a comeback. They've been basically making a comeback because of a different company. They started out by uh, unveiling an egg at CES, like a nuclear egg. People say it's like satirical.
Yeah,
it's a satirical thing.
like
However, they have an Instagram page and a TikTok page where they start talking about a whole bunch of stuff. And on July 13th, they're gonna have something about sales on July 13th. I gotta check this real quick. Hold on.
so. Also, yeah. So apparently, the company was taken over after bankruptcy. Apparently, it was like a multi-million-dollar fraud deal thing. Uh,
Yeah. No,
it
on July 10th, there's gonna be a quarterly earnings call, and on the 13th is when the block party for the brewery thing is gonna happen.
Yeah, so um my working theory is that it's this guy, like maybe he's doing this for a YouTube video or something, but he's setting up an ARG trying to like trick people. Maybe it's some sort of big prank. But honestly, there's definitely a part of this that feels like a prank, but there's also a part of this that feels like it could be maybe a Meow Wolf thing.
For real.
It could be real. It could be a Meow Wolf thing, but it could be real. We don't know.
There's a
I'm
couple.
very skeptical, but at the same time, I'm hopeful.
There's a couple theories we have. Could be a possible ARG.
Yeah,
This could all just be a practical joke, or I'm thinking it's possible it could also be some elaborate advertisement. Because it
yeah.
seems like whoever is taking the Enron name now, like they're actually trying to make a comeback. Because I just went to their Instagram page, they're talking about how they're hiring right now.
Also,
2025.
I'd like to emphasize the time that all this happened. All the like ads and stuff I could find of Enron were from like 11 to 19 years ago, and as of now, it is July 2025, and all these and remember we just got the ad, and when looking on Reddit, which is the only relevant piece of or recent piece of like any sort of internet thing out there, any like that's the only place anyone's ever talking about what we just saw. And all the like hold on, it's
There's
very
gonna
recent, like there's stuff from like hours ago that people are posting.
may I say a couple words?
It's
There's
3 days
been
ago.
a very a current pattern that we've been seeing whenever with these Reddit posts that talk about seeing the ad. They're all happening in videos of YouTubers such as Wendigoon, basically long documentary style videos. I'm not sure if this could possibly be some sort of pattern or if it's just a coincidence, but we keep that in mind just in case.
Yeah, and yeah, so like Wendigo, Nick Crowley, also all these like all this stuff about Enron. Okay, Jay is probably gonna come help us. So thank God, Jay is one of the people who helped me like research the lore of House of Eternal Return slash uh just other Meow Wolf things. Um, so Jay's probably gonna be really helpful. Uh, all this stuff about the Enron coming back is like 2024, 2021, 2024. But it's 2020.
Yeah,
It's July
very recent.
2025 right now, and the Reddit post, the only Reddit post talking about what we just saw, was made 3 days ago, and people like have been like the most recent edited message was 35 minutes ago. Like this is very new.
At
Hold
least
on,
the
let me get
ad that
Jay
we
in
need.
here. Um, hold tight.
All right. Is that right if I can mention a little other thing I've noticed with the block party and Enron?
Yeah.
All right, so basically, in the Instagram page of the brewery where they talk about a block party, if you look, I searched up the address and put it onto Google Maps, and then I also searched up the ex headquarters of Enron, and they seem to be very close. They're like within 10-minute drive. I'm not sure if that could be some sort of like coincidence or if it's like actually connected. I just wanted to mention that just in case.
All right, and these coordinates could also be on. Yeah, the coordinates 3 days ago, Bob Blanco on Reddit found that the coordinates um, had a match at a Lookout Mountain Air Force Station. Interesting. Yeah, interesting.
Oh,
Um, Made films and photography. Yeah, you should probably just go check out the original post. Jay should be joining shortly, so we can explain this to Jay. Um,
hmm.
whew.
I just started to look through other posts where they mentioned the Enron ad. This has been going on for a couple months, where Enron has been doing basically advertisement. So in a news source, in a news video about Enron, I saw that they were basically they were talking about how there were billboards set up in Houston,
This
and
is not the person
there
that
had
I
also
wanted, but
been
hi, Martian. Martian, we're kind
hey,
of
Martin,
we're kind of recording
recording.
something here.
All right, as I was saying, there have people have also spotted Enron trucks advertising it as of 3 months, a couple months ago, basically.
Yeah, I saw this TikTok of a guy screaming at an Enron truck.
Yeah, on r/slash mildly
Oh yeah,
interesting.
okay. Jay's here. Jay's here.
So,
So we don't know what's going on. Can someone just like give a quick recap because like we just finished explaining to viewers what's happening.
All right, so basically, defunct energy company named Enron uh is coming back somehow, and there's this weird ad that they released. People have been seeing where it basically looks like analog horror, test aesthetic, and very cryptic messages.
okay, I had to talk to my grandma for a second. Please repeat that because I'm not hearing anything.
Defunct energy company named Enron has been making a comeback as of recent, and people have spotted a weird cryptic ad with a bunch of like very cryptic messages happening.
Keep in
Um,
mind, the
Literally
only
showing up
mention
on
of this
people's.
we can find on the internet is a Reddit post from 3 days ago, and everybody under that Reddit post who has also seen the ad was watching either Wendigoon or Nick Crowley when it happened. Wendigoon is friends with Kane Pixels,
Okay.
which has that same sort of. Well, I don't know if he's friends. I don't know. I remember them being in a video together. Um,
I sent you a video, Jay. I sent you a video of the
Mm-hmm.
ad that we were talking about that I recorded on my phone.
Oh,
All right.
oh, Martian's here.
it's so crazy.
Martian,
Yeah, it's fine.
we're recording something right now.
Oh, what's it for?
It's for YouTube. We're
Okay.
trying to make sense of something that's going on.
What?
Uh,
Okay.
so I'll explain to both of y'all. So yeah, there's Enron. It was like a company from like 11 years ago that like because of like a fraud conspiracy or something like that, multi-million-dollar fraud.
Hey, American
Um,
Energy?
yes, exactly. They went bankrupt and then they apparently were gonna come back, but then this new guy who looks like some I don't know young adult uh named like what was his name again, Connor or something like that. um
I mean, Richard Carson?
no,
That's
there's this new guy. um Also apparently some grandma pied him in the face. That was funny. Anyway,
I mean, the new
uh
CEO,
yeah, the new CEO. So he's like revealing this egg
Connor
thing, which
Gatos.
I have a theory that that could be like something
Are
Meow
you talking
Wolf
about Connor
related.
Gatos?
I thought, hold on, I have a theory it
His
could be
name's
something.
Connor.
Yes, that one. It could be some Meow Wolf related because, um, whenever you go to the, uh, whenever you go to the website that was on the ad, it
Ad.
just redirects you to a brewery in Houston, I think. And that apparently that brewery on the Instagram page, they have a block party with Meow Wolf, the same studio behind Omega Mart. So, Jay, you do you remember researching Omega Mart?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember
So,
that.
what we're trying to figure out is if that is what's going on, if it's going to be like some sort of new Omega Mart type project, or if this is actually something legit.
Hmm.
Maybe it could just be a big prank at the same time, because if you take one look at their TikTok page, it doesn't seem real at all.
Wait,
Okay,
which one?
I am needed at the moment, but I'm gonna go
Please.
watch that video, and I will be back
All right,
with thoughts.
all right,
I'm gonna look up.
sounds
Um,
good.
all right.
Okay, so Martian, do you want to help us?
No, I'm good.
No, no, you're good. Okay. So, um, we've been recording for 15 minutes now. Do we have anything, any last things that we would need to say before we get to going?
Good job too, chat.
Hey, Juan, we're recording a video. We're just wrapping up.
What's up?
Robert statement.
So,
Was I talking when I
Piper, do
joined
you know if
earlier?
there's anything that we forgot to mention?
Damn, he just freaking left me. What a monk.
Oh my god.
Ask him to join scene.
So, is that
Silent treatment,
it?
silent.
I'm not hearing any speech from the two that know what I'm talking about.
I'm trying to remember.
If there's anything we missed.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. See if
Probably a
we did
lot.
mention something.
I see it. I have a bad memory, so I don't know
Yeah,
if there's something I missed.
probably.
Hold on, let me go through like everything I've been.
Okay.
Hmm. You've mentioned the block party. You've mentioned the
Here.
quarterly
Hey,
earnings.
Martian, you were there, right? When we researched Omega Mart.
Yeah.
I have a theory that like this is probably something like that.
Yeah.
Or you guys are just autistic like me. But hey, it is what it is. W theory though.
You know what? Just for that, you're getting put on the roof
What's up?
there.
He's the version of me that I can't even
That's better. Anyway,
Because
if
I'm
we
right.
have any more findings, I'll make another video about it. We'll start documenting things. I might even make I might even make a section on my theory wall for it. So see y'all. See y'all in the next one.